morning, Eloise. Do you have some eggs for me? Good morning. Are you grumpy this morning? Huh? Are you grumpy? Thank you. I'm sorry. Here's your payment. Here's your payment. Don't be mad at me. I love you. Don't give me that look. Okay, have a good day. No eggs from you, ma'am. Nothing? Here. You can have payment anyway. Get it. You're stepping on it. Almost. You're stepping on it. You're stepping on it. No, that's your foot. Move your foot. Oh gosh. Turn around. There you go. Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. It is going to be a hot one today. The forecast is 100 degrees today. It is only like 6 o'clock and it feels like it's already 80 degrees. It's not. It's only like 70 degrees or something like that, but it feels hot. I can feel the heat coming. So I've got some beautiful plants to plant today. But before I get started, I want to get a couple chores done. I got, chicken chores, and then I also want to do a little bit of watering in preparation for the heat, and then I've got some beautiful flowers to plant. Oh, and let me give you all an update on the meadow because it's looking pretty good. We're getting somewhere. So this area right here is where I sowed the California native no-mow meadow or grass. And I just bought the seed, put a couple inches of compost and then spread the seed, and it's doing really well. It's germinating. It's a little patchy, but I'm not too worried about it because this grass will spread. This is a good example of the grass. This is only one type of the grass. This seed was more of a mixture of 3 different grasses. So it will spread as time goes on. We have it being watered by this oscillating sprinkler from HoseLink, which has been fabulous because Jason hooked it up to a timer, and it goes off 4 times a day. It'll go off probably in 30 minutes or something like that, but it goes off 4 times a day, and which has been really, really nice and allowed it to stay moist while it's germinating, which is great. The problem with this though is that there is overspray and we are getting massive amounts of weeds over here. This is crazy. There's so many weeds. I got to get out here and I got to deal with this. But that's okay because normally we won't have the sprinkler on for 4 times a day. It'll just be once a day, if even that. So anyway, very excited about this, making progress, happy with it. I was so worried that it wasn't going to germinate. It took a little bit longer to germinate than I thought it would. I thought it was going to germinate in like a week, and it actually took about 2 weeks to germinate, which is totally fine. I am being patient, and then hopefully the whole thing will look like that over there soon. And then while I'm here, one more update. Oh, look at this El Nino Catalpa. This is just the best plant. Let me show you a picture of when I planted it, how big it was, and how long ago it was. And I want to say it's like tripled in size already. It is such a fast grower. This one already has some bloom stalks on it. I am just so happy with this plant. I just want them all over my garden. They're just so beautiful. pretty soon that little El Nino shrub is going to look like this El Nino shrub. And this guy isn't even full height. This is only probably about 6 or 7 feet tall, and it's going to get more like 10 feet tall, which is just so great. I'm just so obsessed with it. I love it. I planted one more over there by the Rudbeckia, so I'll have a trio of these El Ninos, which is really great. And then last thing for my show and tell this morning, I just wanted to show you guys that my agapanthus is really starting to bloom, which is so fun. So I just planted this for my June blooming garden. It's probably more a July blooming garden plant, just based on this variety. This is called Storm Cloud. I wanted this deep, dark purple one. There are other varieties of agapanthus that bloom a little bit earlier in the season, but it's just so pretty, and I'm so happy to see it all blooming. This one's kind of a little bit further behind than this one, but that's okay. It's gorgeous. Okay, so what I am actually doing today is I actually am working on this area right here, which is my Lavender River. My Lavender River is in my orchard garden. It's absolutely beautiful. It was an inspiration from this photo right here that I found on Pinterest, which is really gorgeous. A river of lavender surrounded by grasses. My lavender is Sweet Romance lavender from Proven Winners. It smells incredible. As I walk over here, it's just wafting of this beautiful smell of lavender. I love it. However, mine is ready for its mid-season cutback, midsummer cutback. It's already gone through its first flush of blooms, and I want to encourage a second flush of blooms. So I am going to come through and I am going to prune this today, just kind of cut it back, shape it a little bit, and I have a long enough growing season that it should bloom again, if not even a third time into the fall. So I just want to encourage another flush of fresh bloom. So I will be cutting that back today. I've talked to you all a lot about my struggles with finding the grasses to put around this Lavender River. I've been going back and forth on what type of grasses to choose, and then being able to find the right grasses and get my hands on enough of them has been quite difficult. I think I finally landed on this prayer. Yes, you're distracting me, buddy. Where's your tennis ball? All right, ready? Stop. Do you want the ball or do you want this toy? Oh my gosh. Huh? Do you want me to throw the ball or do you want to just play with that toy? You weirdo. You weirdo. Okay, he just wants to play with this toy. All right. How I get anything done, I don't know. All right, so I wanted this orange grass, and I still want this orange grass, but I am having a hard time getting a hold of it, finding it, and finding enough of it. So this has been left blank all season, which has been really, really frustrating because it's just this, it's kind of a prominent area, you know, in my orchard garden. So I was at the garden center yesterday. I was getting some other things for other projects later this week. And as I was pulling up, I happened to see this woman loading a ton of Annual Vinca in this apricot orange color in her car. It was so gorgeous. It was so beautiful. And I was really excited as soon as I saw it because I thought that would be absolutely perfect to plant around the Lavender River, not for long term. You know, Annual Vinca for us, it will overwinter. It's hardy down to zone A, but it is more like a short-lived perennial. You can't really rely on it, but they're so cheap. They're great to use just for temporarily. So I ran to the back where all the annuals are looking for that orange apricot Vinca, and I think she had bought it out, which I can't be mad because I totally do the same thing at the garden center. I know I shouldn't. I know I should leave some for everybody else, but it's hard to find lots of plants, you know, if you're going to plant in mass. So anyway, what I found was this beautiful white variety, and I have always loved this white variety. This one doesn't have a name. No, it does. Blockbuster White. So pretty. Plant in full sun, 12 to 16 inches apart, grows 10 to 12 inches tall. So I actually planted, I don't know if it was this variety, it looks exactly like this variety, at my last garden. I planted it in my kind of fenced in area right by the house, and it ended up being beautiful. And I don't know why I haven't planted Annual Vinca in this garden yet, but I got a lot of messages from a lot of you saying, don't forget how much you loved Vinca, don't forget. And I appreciate that because you're right. I do love Vinca, and I don't know why I haven't planted it yet. This type of Vinca, Annual Vinca, I'm not talking about Vinca minor. Vinca minor is kind of like a vining ground cover plant, and I would not plant it because it is so hard to get out once you start planting it. I don't know why they have the same name. I'm sure there's a botanical reason or something like that. But this is actually called Annual Vinca. And this stuff is amazing. It's drought tolerant. It loves the heat. It blooms all summer long. It's absolutely such a fabulous plant. So as soon as I saw that woman packing it into the back of her SUV, I was like, all right, done. That's what I'm going to plant around my Lavender River, at least in the meantime, until I can get my hands on those grasses that I really ultimately want to leave in like for long term. But this is going to be beautiful. So I ended up getting 3 flats worth of the Vinca, and this stuff is not expensive. They are in 6-packs. You got to be patient, but they will grow very, very quickly. They're about $3, at least at my garden center. They're about $3 per 6-pack. So, I mean, I paid like $50, $60 for these, and they're going to make an amazing, amazing show. They're going to be so pretty. So I am going to plant them kind of in like this half moon shape, this half moon shape right here, this half moon shape right here, and then over there. And as they fill in over the next couple weeks, then this Lavender River is just going to be beautiful. And I think it'll be perfect timing because as I'm pruning back the lavender right now, by the time that those guys really fill in, the lavender should have its second flush of blooms, and I bet it's just going to be amazing. So I actually grabbed our irrigation cart because I think the easiest way to plant these guys is to put down the inline drip emitter tubing first. And this is basically spaghetti tubing that has emitters in it, and I think that that's how I'm going to water the Vincas. I think it'll be the easiest way to do it. The only one that I have right now is 6-inch spacing. You can get these in 6, 12, 18, 24-inch spacing, but we only have 6-inch spacing right here. And they did say space them 12 inches apart, but I think I'm going to cheat, and I think I'm going to do 6 inches apart because I think I have plenty to be able to plant them 6 inches apart, and then I can use this and just plant every single emitter. And if it's too much, I can go in and I can kind of thin them out, but I think this will be the easiest way to do it. But before I get started with this, I'm going to do the messy work, which is cutting back all the lavender, kind of shaping it so it can have its second flush of blooms. Bye! Have fun! So it is summer break for the girls. They are enjoying themselves, but we are keeping them entertained with camps throughout the summer. And that was just Jason taking Sadie, who is about to be 12 in August, to babysitters camp, which I think is super cool because it teaches them like how to be responsible, CPR for kids, like all the good stuff. So I cannot believe she's old enough to take babysitting camp, but I'm very excited for her. So after a couple hours of prep work, I think I'm ready to plant. I cut back the Lavender River. It smells delicious. And I'm really glad I did that because now I'm gonna get a second flush pretty soon. And then what I did is I hooked up the drip tubing, the inline emitter tubing. You can see right there, I have kind of a main line. It's a 1/2 inch line. And I tapped into that. And then I have the spaghetti tubing coming all around here. I have this so that I can pound in the stakes a little bit better. But you can see I just kind of snaked it all around here. Again, the emitters are every 6 inches, so I'll kind of just plant along each emitter, or maybe every other emitter in some areas. And I kind of just snaked it back. Can you see that right there? So now that the emitter tubing is in first, I know exactly where to put each and every vinca. So sometimes when I plant, I will just plant first and then come in later with emitters with drip irrigation. But sometimes like this, it's easier to put down the drip irrigation first and then you know where to plant. All right, so let's get to planting. All right, all the vinca is in and planted. It's getting hot out here. I am ready to go inside. It's just about 10 o'clock. I've taken a couple water breaks, but it's just one of those days that it just feels hot. But let me show you guys what I did before I go inside and cool off. Okay, so you can see they're all just babies right now, but the furthest apart they're planted is 12 inches, which is absolutely perfect. This should be one solid mass of white vinca, which I think will be so, so gorgeous. And I have a feeling because of the heat, they are gonna grow very, very quickly. Annual Vinca is one of those plants that you can wait until later on in the season to plant, just simply because they like heat so much. Same as celosia, same as gomphrena, same as amaranth. They just like the heat. So I think these guys are going to be very happy and grow very quickly. And so I got the whole river planted up and I still have a whole nother flat left, which I would love to go plant those somewhere today. But like I said, I'm hot. I am ready to go inside. I think it's just because I've been sitting here in the sun for so long. I need to get another umbrella that I can carry around with me. It's just that time of the year. So anyway, that is going to be it for today. I am happy that I got these guys planted. Again, I don't think this is a long-term solution for the Lavender River, although I don't know, maybe I'll really like it with the vinca all around the Lavender River. It might work really well. I'll have to just wait and see. But I'm glad I got something in because this blank space behind me was really, really bugging me. And, I just felt like the Lavender River was such a statement in this orchard garden, and it was just undone. It was like half finished. So at least I have the vinca in, so then I can feel like it's somewhat done. And then when I actually have a chance to source that orange grass, then I'll have it all ready to go. Maybe I can even interplant it. So anyway, that is going to be it. I'm going inside. I'm going to take a cool shower and have a nice big glass of ice water. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.